So I'm going to show you how to set up your eSchool team from scratch. So as you can see, I have eSchool teams here. I'm going to go into one of them and I'm going to set it up so that way it's ready to use with the students. The first thing you'll notice is that it says Algebra 2 1. So that's how eSchool defaults the name, but I want to change it. So I'm going to go to Edit Team. And I'm going to change it to Algebra 2 period 1 Barbino. The reason I'm attaching my name to it is if I add ISD teachers or resource room teachers of students in my class, those teachers could potentially have numerous Algebra 2 sections, and I don't want them to get confused. I want them to know exactly what they're looking for and make it nice and easy. At this point, you could change the icon if you wanted to. You could set your grade level and then choose an appropriate icon if you want. You can always go back and change this at another point in time as well. So I'm just going to change it here. Whoops. To a calculator, click update, and it's saving my changes. And then you should notice over here, it's been set up. So now I want to click here again. I want to add a channel. I have a lot of channels set up in my master class, but I don't want to give them all to my students right away. The first thing I want to give them is a live meetings channel where they will have all of their meetings scheduled for our hybrid or remote scenario. I want this to automatically show, and I'm going to click add. I'm also going to add another channel. This is the homework help section. Automatically show, add. This year, I'm also going to add a Teams or Tech. I can't use a Teams and Tech help section. Automatically show. And then, of course, the last channel I want to add is Unit 1 because that's where I'm going to start my first day's curriculum. I want them to know that we're in Unit 1. I'm not going to give them Units 2, 3, 4, and so on. I'm going to wait to add that until we're in those units so that way the students aren't confused. So my last channel is Unit 1, Functions and Factoring. So I want to now change some of the settings on these channels. For example, the homework help section, I want students to be able to post to ask a question. I want them to be able to respond to each other if they are able to do so. So I'm going to leave that alone. My live meetings, this is where I'm going to have all of the scheduled meetings for our class. But I don't want students to be able to post here. So I'm going to go to Manage Channel. And I'm going to turn my channel moderation on. I am a team owner, so I'm going to leave myself as a moderator. Team member permissions. I don't want them to reply, so I'm going to take all of those away. Who can start a new post? Only moderators. I'm also going to do this in my Unit 1 as well because that's where I'm going to be giving them information. I don't want them to be able to post anything or comments. I want that strictly for information. But the team's tech help, I want them to be able to ask questions, obviously, so they can create a post and things like that. So my channels are now set up. Obviously, I'll add more channels throughout the year, but what I'm ready to go with on day 1 is set up. I want to go back to General, and at the top up here, I'm going to click the plus sign, and I want to add the Insights app. The Insights app allows you to see students' time on different areas in Teams and things like that. So I want to make sure I'm able to do that. I don't need to post about this. Save should come up as an option. but it's not right now. So let's try this one more time. Insights. Here we go. I don't want them to post. You can, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm going to click save. And now I have the Insights tab at the top. This is what it looks like. It'll show you your digital activity, the average grade, things like that. You can choose the times. You can sort by student, and you see all the students down here as well. And then the last thing I want to do is in my general, I want to go and I want to set up my class notebook. So I have to start it in Teams first before I can do anything in the OneNote app. So I'm going to click the class notebook at the top under my general channel, and it says, we're still setting up your class. Please check back soon. So maybe that hasn't been finalized yet, but that's something else that I want to make sure that I do before the first day, and that way I'm ready to go. So I'm going to wait, and I'll make another video on setting up your class notebook from scratch, but this is how you set up your team and get it ready to go. Now, remember that it says you have to click activate. Right now, these teams are visible to us. They're not visible to the students yet. So before you're ready to go, you want to click activate, and that way it'll appear in the students' teams tab. They'll have a tile for it, and you will be able to interact with your students. So make sure you click that activate button before day one.